Big Boss Jock Radio Show. The show where listeners are encouraged to rise up, confront the U.S. government, be part of the revolution, liberate the Confederate States of America, the Alamo, placed as the Capitol. Analyst Assessment, Episode 40. Video being assessed was posted by NBC News. Posted on April 5, 2019. Clip entitled, Watch Live, Trump Participates in Immigration and Border Security Round Table. Airtime, 52 minutes and 2 seconds. Before beginning, I'm going to make another mention. Court, May 23rd. Shasta County Superior Court, Division 2, 8:30 in the morning, Redding, California. I'd appreciate some assistance. Anyone notice a knife on my hip? Monday through Friday, a daily protest. 5 months with that knife. The protest has been going on over 2 years. Over 5 months, that knife on my hip, on the doorstep of the Redding Police Department, who at current date has me in court for that very knife. There's a whole story about how they took it and gave it back through their possessions claim. Continued to have that knife on my hip for another 3 months. Them, not subjected to any type of investigation. They took away the sign. Sexually assaulted I was from the chief to a multitude of officials at the Redding Police Department. And they felt that they addressed the issue by taking away my sign, along with the recorder, the megaphone, and at the time, the knife. They handed me back the knife and nothing else. No documentation. Refuse. No type of proof that they even took the possessions from me. They are subjected to no oversight. And I'm the one being prosecuted in court. Any federal agents out there? Give a read to the pages. I mentioned it was the true conspiracy. It is not. It is the real conspiracy forum. There's hundreds of pages pertaining to details in reference to the DIA. Now, details only an operator could know. Maybe some U.S. federal agents could make an appearance. Make known they don't know me personally, though they do know about those details. And there might even be some that show that know me personally. For you listeners out there, there's a multitude at this moment listening to this broadcast be made. They surveil me day and night and pretend that in the court that I'm just a citizen, that I have nothing to do with the U.S. government. And they're going to hold against me that I stated I was shot a multitude of times. I was shot a multitude of times, and I've been repeating out on their doorstep, I need my health benefits. I have a bullet lodged in the backbone. And they're going to make me look like a chump in court. Pierced through the face 5 times. The hands show 31 perforations. Los Angeles County scanner. Arrested at LAX on a different warrant. Just to be let go weeks later after having the warrant for years on me. No one's stopping what's going on. No one from the public. No one from the government. Redding Police Department not held to any type of oversight, nor the Shasta County Sheriff, nor the agents at the FBI. Local Division, Redding, California. 10 months out on their doorstep. Over a year out in front of the Redding Police Department. And I face prosecution? There needs to be an investigation. And those who have abused their authority, proper action be taken. I'd appreciate some assistance. May 23rd, Shasta County Superior Court, 8:30 in the morning, Division 2. 20 minutes entering into the clip at 20 minutes through 21 minutes. Statement made dawn. You know when you talk about the administration, so we have a stretch along the Rio Grande where you people know exactly where I am talking about. It's about 38 miles. I know it can be the Rio Grande or it can be the Rio Grande. Either way, it's the river there that separates Texas from Mexico. Oh, I am aware. Yeah, there's a river there. I'll start again. Don, he stated, you know when you talk about the administration. So we have a stretch along the Rio Grande where you people know exactly where I am talking about. It's about 38 miles done by actually both previous administrations. So they're sort of foredone as a combination of this one going into the other. And it's a wall, not a good looking wall. It's a wall. It's got 36 doors in it. Very big doors. And they never put the doors on. So it's 38 miles with 36 doors that you can drive a truck through. There is only one problem. They didn't put the doors on it. So we're putting the doors on it. Or even better, not putting on any doors. And I said, you do it without the doors for us. They're putting the doors on costs more than the property is worth. Well, what was picked up there? It's not worth building the barrier. Go ahead and give away the property. What a backwards riddle. Exercise of the session. Condition the viewer. Entered into the abstract. Confused by the sentence structure. Associated with it. Grouped with we. Need to associate in order to comprehend. Listen further to the dialogue. Make sense. Begins out statement. Use of the word you. Psychiatrist snaps fingers. Talks directly to the group. Patients latch on. Associate with you. Statement made Don. You know when you. First place self before that as I. So anyone who doesn't identify, reinforced is who's talking. Listeners who identify reminded another time who mentioned I. Same as were the protagonists. Remind another time. Understand the conversation. Follow along in the abstract. Though go down a very different path. The two different groups. Those who identify with Don and those who do not. Though they do so in the abstract. With programmed opinions. Programmed misconceptions. Statement made Don. Use of you when you talk about the administration. Viewer needed to interpret. Word you decipher. Did so, deciphered as, quote, as many understand in reference to the administration is what should have been stated. That phrase was simply put, you know when you. Conversation of the word you puts the viewer into the abstract by placing you. This is how the USDIA is instructing the population what to do, how to think, leaving the listener brainwashed. Statement made Don. Administration so, quote, statement made Don, quote, administration so we have a stretch along the Rio Grande. Viewer needs to interpret. Word we doesn't understand is citizen of the U.S., led by the U.S. President, holds territory, United States of America, located along the Rio Grande. See, there's a big difference between we have a stretch along the Rio Grande. Who's we? The United States of America has territory along a river named the Rio Grande. Rio Grande. Sounds funny to say Rio Grande. Though, yeah, the difference, it's notable. And so what's happened is the listener has taken on a style of using reduced intellect to understand the themes. In turn, they're being programmed through the use of you, our, we, being placed in the group, instructed what to do in the form of you, thinking in the abstract. Rio Grande, instead of the viewer, due to incessant programming, that phrase, how it should have been phrased, citizen of the U.S. led by a U.S. president holds territory, United States of America, located along the Rio Grande. The way Don stated, administration, so we have a stretch along the Rio Grande. The viewer, due to incessant programming, understood as part of we, entered into being person, one of the many people inside of our country. We have a property located near our southern border, located along the Rio Grande. Reader able to understand difference in the two, difference in the made perception, tremendous is the difference. They should note that they're being stripped of their identity. There's an intention. That's because their government's about to go away. The intention of the programmers. That plays the computer-generated dialogue. As a group, the public is oblivious to what's going on. When they wake up, if they don't do so quite soon, they're going to realize that it's gone. It was a bit too late. Those guns weren't there to go hunting. Yes, they were, and they were also there as a counterbalance. An armed citizenry in case of the situation where tyranny took over. The tyranny that took over has a solution. They're going to carry out something called gun confiscation within the first hours of the crisis situation. Solution for them, how to stay in control, not be held accountable. They're going to take away the nation. The U.S. citizen no longer from the U.S. Ever give that some thought? Waking up in the morning, looking in the mirror, and no longer are a U.S. citizen? Don't worry, go get the other passport. And at the airport, go ahead and notify them they're from the other country. One's nation is very important. One's citizenship. Do not allow the breakup of the U.S. territory. Get out there. Join the revolution. Be part of the solution. Liberate the Confederate States of America. The Alamo, placed as the capital. Statement made, Don, where you people know exactly where I am talking about. It's about 38 miles, done by exactly both previous administrations. So they're sort of foredone as a combination of this one going into the other, and it's a wall, not a good-looking wall. It's a wall. It's got 36 doors in it, very big doors. Statement made, Don, about 38 miles, done by actually both previous administrations. Use of analytical thought process. Statement made, Don, so they're sort of foredone as a combination of this one going into the other, and it's a wall, not a good-looking wall. It's a wall. It's got 36 doors in it, very big doors. Height and degree abuse incurred the unwitted subject, whiplashed, minds repeatedly slapped. Inducement of dissociative identity disorder. Abstract over to the analytical through the form of it, you, we. It is either the Rio Grande, is either the U.S. border, call it the U.S. southern border, not our southern border. We don't have a territory unless the United States of America was just mentioned. The people are thinking in the abstract, believing the deception to be as if something true. Deception as a truth. Illusion they can't see through. They're caught up. Brainwashed. Due to a computer-generated dialogue placed to every program since 1993. Any program with an audience where money's made, confidentiality agreement. They're not allowed to talk about the 5-minute lapse. Listener, if they have any doubts, Encourage, go to the local station and watch what's happening. Oh, and then when they're not allowed to, understand. Jump to the next. Well, the conclusion, due to the summation of the details, well, denied. Why? Why wouldn't they allow the broadcast to be watched with a handheld screen and be taped on a reel, not digital, old style, and the time documented? They can't use a television such as before because it needs a digital box. It's not just captured off of the airwaves. So if they were to document the time and use a real film and then compare that to what's shown on the TV, they would understand, first of all, when they went to see the live broadcast, they wouldn't be allowed. No one at the station will talk. From the janitor to ownership signs the confidentiality agreement. It should be from the ownership to the janitor. The ownership makes sure. They need to keep their license. And anymore these days, it's all corporate. And who owns those corporations? Who's on the boards? Shadow identities at the USDIA. Not every position, but many. They hold a large part of the world's wealth. Shadow identities at the USDIA. So the listener understood consciously, it is the wall. Reader needs to understand future time uses it, could be the U.S. border, could be the U.S. territory, included the entire country. Citizens of the U.S., termed as people, are conditioned to accept replies with explanations, associate the theme placed to the word it. Program the details, consciously later think sounds a good idea, when is the opposite, but left unable to understand due to our programmed, through brainwashed. Don't tolerate use of English rubbish. Reader about to join up, become a revolutionary, opted to be part of the solution. Drop the use of the abstract thought process. Verse of you know. Try not to use ever that phrase. Toxic is the abstract. People duped to believe true is the illusion. Due to the deception, left with misconceptions. If continued use, word it is you know, continues on the programming. Don't explain nor describe through the use of the abstract included with we nor you. Not any of the others. They with them, us, ours, none of the rest. Stop with the rubbish. Otherwise they will remain programmed. 25, now what, 26 years. Incessant programming. And no, this height and level wasn't in existence in 93. It took the population years to get to this stage where they are at current moment. 26 years of conditioning, and they're about to be notified they no longer have a nation. They're no longer a U.S. citizen. The statement at dawn, the code that was given, gang name, not going to name the gang. They received way too much name association placed by the USDIA programmers. Gang name, took territory, damages to the property aren't worth a fight over. Territory full of plague, doesn't much matter. Underground exists everywhere, right under entire territory, other than the continental divide. Take the ridge, divide the continent, the U.S. continental territory, Rockies, revolutionary territory. Where exists the revolution? Rebel territory. Zone full of plague, who wants to be there anyway? Wait till everyone dies off. Return to the plots, lots with parcels, still own the entire lot, never lost any territory. Just all a story. Hoax, get everyone go along. Won't last long. Africa, America won't be around. Dawn, term already over. most likely a computer-generated assassination. Ongoing been the war. Viewer condition. No longer have a nation. Accept the situation. Loss of territory. Live under another authority. Under a different governance. Complete other government. More totalitarian than ever before. Leadership of bullies. Act the part of thugger. Enforce with guns. Police state enforced. Pyramid firmly in control. Get out there. Liberate the Confederate States of America. Do not tolerate the takeover. Join up with the revolution. Be part of the solution. Take action. Do not wait for the takeover to happen. Right here inside of me is our one only God. He helps me do this rhyme, line by line. I do give my thanks, along with gratitude, for our Father in heaven, our one only God. This is the Big Boss Chuck, momentarily signing off.